Do you find yourself emotionally eating when you're under stress? You're not the only one. Stay tuned. We're going to get into controlling carbs under stress. This is Lisa, Kinda Karnivore. I am a carb addict. I have to control my carbs, and a ketogenic diet was great for the first 3 years, and then I relapsed during 2020, and I had to discover why I relapsed. And that's when I found out that I'm a carb and sugar addict. It's a thing. So you guys, let's talk about 4 things that I did to help me conquer my carb addiction, even when I'm under stress. So controlling your carbs, even when you're under stress. Let's get into it. Number 1, categorize. We have a lot of stress in our life, a lot of things going on in the world. We have family stress, a relationship stress. Maybe you're a parent and you have young children. Maybe you're still raising your children. Maybe you're raising grandchildren. Maybe you have an aging parent like I do and you're a caregiver, or relationships, or even work stress. There's financial stress. There's all kinds of stress in our world today. Now, if you categorize the stress into 2 categories, this is what that'll look like. So you have controllable stress and you have uncontrollable stress. So let's talk about the uncontrollable stress first. Those are things like, okay, obviously you're raising your children, they're not going anywhere. Like I mentioned, you have an aging parent that you're taking care of. Maybe you have a stressful job that you can't get out of that right now. Maybe you're in a stressful marriage or a stressful relationship. Those are uncontrollable stresses that we have to learn to manage. Now, if you have uncontrollable stress, we're going to talk about ways to manage that so that you're not using carbs to self-soothe in those areas. Now, controllable stress. Maybe you have a lot of stress in your life and you're really busy, so you might not have time to clean your house. You might need some time just to get away from the kids, or you might at work have to do overtime because you don't have enough staff if you're a business owner like myself. Or maybe at your job, you have a lot of overtime because they're understaffed. So those are some of the areas of controllable stress. Okay, so the key is to make a list of the controllable stress and the uncontrollable stress. So that is number 1, categorizing your stress, identifying the stresses that are controllable and the stresses that are uncontrollable. Okay, number 2, alleviate. Alleviate the controllable stress. There are stresses in your life that you can control, you can delegate, you can get help, and you can simply remove them. If you have too much on your plate, go through the things in your life that you can actually just remove. Maybe you have too many activities planned in your week. You can eliminate some of those activities. If you're needing more help around the house, get more help around the house. Maybe get a housekeeper once or twice a month. If you are at a workplace where you need more help there so that you don't have to do overtime. In my case, I'm self-employed. I work my own schedule, and I decided to work a little bit less so that I can maximize my time, since I do care for my mom part-time. I am newly married and I own a business, and I have ministry. When I go through all of those things, there are things that I'm not going to be able to alleviate and that I don't want to alleviate. So go through your list, find out what you can remove, get help with, or delegate, and do those things so that you can alleviate some stress in your life. Number 3 is de-stress. You want to plan activities that help you reduce the stress in your life. You want to plan activities that are going to give you a dopamine hit, but they're non-food activities. So I have a really fun weekend planned this weekend. I'm celebrating my 8-year keto carniversary. I always like to celebrate that, and I'm going to celebrate it with my favorite non-food dopamine activities. So you guys know I love the spa. That's what I'll be doing this weekend. So you guys plan activities that help to de-stress you, and that can be different for everyone. If you're not sure about what activities de-stress you, you might want to take my Mindset Reset Masterclass and go ahead and make sure you do the homework. One of the pieces of homework is making an emotional tool list. So we all have different things that help us to de-stress. So that's number 3, de-stress. Number 4 is simply control. Number 4 is control. You want to focus on the things that you can control. There's a lot of things in this world that we can't control right now, but there are things that we can, and we want to focus on those things. And of course, I'm going to zero in on the number 1 thing that you can control in your life. You might have stress. You might have stress at work. You might have stress in your relationship. Maybe you are coming out of a relationship and you're a little sad, a little depressed. I have been there. We have all kinds of stress and grief in our life. But the one thing that we can control is the carbs, you guys. We can control the carbs. Now, you might feel like you can't control them, but we can control the carbs. Focus on cutting the carbs. We want to make sure that we are handling our stress in a non-food way, so that we are cutting the carbs, we're keeping our carbs low, we're staying on our program. We have control of that. Now, if you're a carb addict like me, these are key concepts that you'll need to incorporate into your life. For me, just the ketogenic lifestyle alone, which is amazing, it wasn't enough for me because I'm a carb addict. It will be enough for most people, but for me, I needed these mindset reset, retrain your brain type of things that I'm bringing to you. I needed that. So I wanted to share that with you. So those are the 4 things that you need to help control carbs when you're under stress. If you are enjoying this content, please click the like button, subscribe, and share this with somebody that needs hope, motivation, and inspiration. Have a blessed day, and I will see you in the next video.